Do you have a favorite Bible? Well, I'll confess that I actually do have a favorite Bible. I'm not just talking about a translation, although the Bible I'm going to talk about is the ESV, the English Standard Version, which I think is a really good translation. I'm quite happy with it. I use other translations, but I really like the ESV. But I'm having in mind something more specific, and that is the ESV Journaling Bible. That's the one that we're looking at right here. It's a beautiful Bible, first of all, a nice leather cover, but there's something very specific I like about it. What I've noticed is that at various times I've been in worship services where I've heard a preacher give great insight into Scripture, or I've taken a course or been at a conference and I've heard some wonderful things. I want to take notes, but I know that I will never keep those notes. I will lose them immediately. They'll be filed away somewhere. Even if I put them on my computer, I'll never look back at them. So what do I do? Well, the answer to that is the ESV Journaling Bible. And it is great because it has these nice wide lined margins where you can write your notes in. And so I've used it in different ways. One is in my devotions. As I'm reading through Scripture, I find that there's something that stands out and I can write that directly in there. And that memory is right there ready for me every time I go back to it. I've done the same thing when I've been in church. If the preacher is saying something that is interesting or is insightful, I make sure to put that in there. For myself, even as a preacher, sometimes I will make notes of what I've preached on in the margins. But the best was when I took a course on the Gospel of Mark. And I took this course with Larry Hurtado, and I was at Acadia Divinity College. And it was an incredible course. And there was such good stuff being taught. And I didn't want to lose that. And so what I did is I wrote down my notes in the Bible. And so I have these things here forever. As long as I have this Bible, I go back and I can look at the information that I received in that course. So it is so good and so helpful for me. This is definitely the best Bible that I've ever had in terms of the usefulness in keeping track of the things that I have learned. So I really recommend it. Now, I will make a little bit of a confession that generally I don't like writing in books. I'm just not the kind of person who generally underlines or does anything like that. I don't even like folding the corners of books. So I had this Bible for quite a while before I actually started writing in it. And it's kind of funny how I got to the point where I could actually write notes. What happened was, I guess my son, when he was quite young, discovered this wonderful, expensive Bible that I have and decided it was time for him to write some notes. And so there you go. There's his little tornado that he wrote in the front of my Bible. And I thought, well, you know what? If he can do that, I can write some notes of things that I've learned. So that was the push that I needed to start doing it. And I've never looked back. It's been so helpful for me to do that. So if you're looking for a Bible, I recommend the ESV Journaling Bible. I'm quite happy with it. You can get this leather version. They have it in other styles as well. But the best part of it is the fact that you can write notes in there and you can keep track of the things that you've learned. So that is the Bible that I recommend.